What is up, everybody? Surshade here, back in Ark Survival Evolved. No, that's wrong. Let's try this again. What is up, everybody? Surshade here, back in Scrap Mechanic. And I'm now a woman, apparently. Yeah, this is the rocket sled that I built last episode, and I've done a little bit of modification to it. So now, yep, that lifts up. I've added some back thruster, so I can move it backwards, as well as the forwards. But I've also added in this. See, before they were for flipping me the right way. Now I have a stand. And some accidental thing I discovered about this stand. I've made a VTOL. Right, so let's give it a second. A little bit of a boost. There we go. It lifts onto the back. I'm not sure why it's not doing it this time. But we'll just take off straight from landing, even though this is supposed to be a rocket sled. Oops. And yeah, this is what's happened to the sled. I'm quite proud of it. I forgot that happens. If I'm driving around with the legs out, then it kind of freaks out a little bit. But I've decided it's probably about time that I find somewhere to live. Which means, of course, building myself a base. Like, can I get straight up this hill without the front thrusters? A little bit of help would be good, and here we go. This is, of course, the little car that I use just to show off the turning mechanism. Still working fine. Moved it to an electric engine, so it stops almost instantly. If it had a bit more weight, it would probably stop a bit faster. But, yep, that's fine. Don't need that for now. So I need to try and find myself somewhere to build. I want to do it around here, so I've got this flat platform and that one over there. Hang on, let's just go over there quickly. Build it. So yeah, so I'll have both of the platforms. But it also needs to be somewhere relatively flat. So I was thinking of, where is it? I could either build it there, in that area, in the valley, or, come on, back over here now. I can build it just behind here, on this flat area. Ooh, you need to move forwards. Okay, so yeah, I'm probably going to build it here, because I like this. Nice big flat open area, plenty of room. So, I'm going to want to have some foundations first. Just simple, nice big building. Nothing too special. I'm going to leave the area out the back open in case I want to add in like a back door or anything later on. Okay, so that's of course stuck to the 16 by 16. Which, if you didn't know, that's what it drags out to. But I'm going to want this to be quite thick as well, so that I don't have all the grass sticking through. Oops. And for cases like this where it just disappears under the world. So that then comes out. Drag it to there because I'm going to want to do that. Oops. I like building in this game, but it still is a little bit awkward. Only if you're an idiot like me. Also, in other news, I bought my new computer today, and hopefully it will arrive on Friday of next week. Really excited for that. And then in September, October time, I'm going to be upgrading to a 1070 graphics card. Oops, excuse me. Chuck that down. I think this will probably be big enough lengthways for now. Ah, oops, I've added in a line somewhere. This can get removed. Sorry about that. I'm going to need to mute Facebook. Yes, Kira, that was you. She always asked when she watched one of my videos if it was her that set it off. Okay, chuck that in there. And that was my phone. I am so bad at this. I really need to turn things off. But chuck that in. And then there's one strip along the back because I accidentally widened it. Okay, so both my tablet, phone and laptop have now all gone off for the same message. My bad. Yep, that fits. And there's just a slight bit of grass sticking through. Okay, so next I need to decide how far this way I want it to go. Obviously going to need to bring it out, oops, quite far, because vehicles get pretty big. I'd like to, in theory, have 2 floors onto it and a ramp that folds down to get up to the 2nd floor, so I can have 2 different storage bays. Alternatively, I could just design it like a mechanic shop. That will do there for now. Bring this out. It doesn't need solid foundation in the middle. There we go. So, I'll cut back when this is finished building. The foundations, I mean. Welcome back, people. I've now just got a big flat space. Not really sure what else you can call it. And I've got a few different blocks that I can try making the walls out of. So, I've got the metal. I've got, of course, the concrete. Then there's wood. Tile. And warning, or whatever this is. Get deleted. Do I have to be holding the same block to delete it? That's weird. Die. Thank you. Yeah, and the warning signal block. So, not sure. I'll probably do. Actually, I've got the paint tool, haven't I? Very nice. Right, so what does red brick look like? Oh, of course. Yeah, I think I'll go for red brick. Yep, red brick it is then. So, rip down, phone again, sorry. But, trying to delete you. Thank you. Not exactly what I wanted, but hey ho. I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at all games. I can't wait for my computer. Really excited for that. And then you get to die as well. Oh. You can be painted later. So now, oops. You don't go there, you go... Nope, you don't go there either. You go there. Like that. Excellent. Of course, I'm not just going to leave it as a big box. I will add some details to the both outside and inside as it goes along. Right, going to leave that for now because I'm going to want to have the vehicle bay doors there. Here we go, this isn't too bad, I was saying. Let's chuck all this in. Right, I want to have some dividing walls to separate up the vehicle bays. So that means I'm going to need to have a vehicle. Let's see if I can get this in. So this one's going to go here. Come on, get over the lump. For God's sake, do I really need to do this? Vehicles really don't like moving on here. Right, okay. So turning in here is going to be a bit difficult. There's so much friction on this. I think it was actually easier to move when it was on the legs. Yeah, much. This is ridiculous. So there. Right, check if that is looking good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So top floor, I'm going to probably want to have 17 blocks up, but I need some inner dividing walls. Let's start out with just having these as short metal walls. Oops. And double loops. Check that there. And that goes there. Right, so I've got that. And I'm going to want a door at the back somewhere. Like that. Perfect. So here is going to be one of my inner walls. I will replace that with something later. That's just for a marker. But hopefully this is going to turn out well. I'll chuck in a little sped up bit here of me building. So enjoy. What's up, people? So, as you saw in the last little clip, I'm not sure how I ended that clip. This is what I've got so far. Yeah, looks a bit ugly, and at the moment doesn't really do much. All I've got is just, yeah, the opening vehicle bay doors, well, to this one bay here, then little door here that opens, and my little car. I attempted to put a slope here, but it didn't work because it's got flat bits between it. So it's kind of like just rampy stairs. I've got this section which leads up here. Right, and up here I've decided that I want to have another platform like here. But I don't want it to have a massive ramp folding down. I want to have it so the actual whole platform lifts up, moves forwards and goes down. And I can't really think of how to do this. So it's going to be a bit difficult to get done. I've got one idea, which would be bring that all the way up here, the bearing there. So what would work, how it would happen is, this would lift up, okay, then I'd want, okay, why are you freaking out? Oh yeah, because you can only attach one to it. For God's sake, let me attach to the bearing, please. So attach that to there. Bring this down to here. Okay, so I'm gonna need myself a controller. And I've got a switch and something different for the platform so it stands out a bit. Right, let's just chuck that there for now. So I want that on there and that on there. Then chuck the switch there. Right, so I'd want that to rotate, what, 180 degrees? Ah, okay. Let's chop a block off that. Whoa. And then if this one rotated 90 degrees. Okay, let's change that to 270. Okay, and decrease the speed a bit. Turn it off. So what if... okay, right. Have that, no, turn that off. The starting position for this at 90 degrees. Disable that. Nope. Okay, so that starts there. Then what I'd want is that to stretch out over there. So if the platform was, say platform is like this, obviously it will be bigger than this. What happens when I press the switch? Okay, I don't want that. That is not good. So this is going to be difficult. Wasn't expecting it to be easy, but it's first wasn't expecting it to be this difficult either. What if this comes all the way down here and then platform is there? Okay, yeah, forgot to. So it's difficult. It's really difficult. Okay, so what if I had this section here? Bye bye. And goodbye. Disable that. What if this bit was just on a free to move bearing? Okay, argument's sake, let's have this as the platform. Oh dear. Wish there was a jetpack in this game, and that's not what I want. Damn. Yeah, not exactly. Did that just slap me off? I think it did. Somehow got hit by that. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so I no longer want that to go 270, just want that to be 90. So that extends. Damn it. This is going to be tricky. So that extends out, and then I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to fiddle around with this for a bit and then come back. Hi again everyone. So, after a good hour of tinkering, I've decided it's beyond my skill level and I can't do it. See this? Yep. Got this set up, platform up here. So, turn it on. And it tips people off. Then folds around. And lowers down. It was working better than this earlier. But I've somehow managed to make it even worse than earlier. Basically, I've got it so it comes in here. Not really what I wanted. Also, at one point, I was able to walk up the side of that. That was when it was working fine. Well, I say working fine. But yeah, I can't get it working. And it's driving me insane. So I'm giving up for now, and I'm gonna try and get some help from someone that actually knows what they're doing in the future. So I'm gonna end off my episode here. Off camera, I'm gonna finish up the front of this, add in a few more vehicle bay doors, and that's about it. So thanks for watching everybody. I do hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.